Hi, I'm Nicholas Jackson. I am the director and producer of the film The Zombie Hero. I'm on my way to the Fright Night Horror Film Festival. I live in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm driving to Kentucky. My distributor is going to be there. They're going to have a table selling copies of my movie, and then I'm supposed to be there signing them and schmoozing with fans and being there for the showing and the actual screening. Those Oh yeah, look at that. My merch.
Check it out. Oh yeah.
Alright, so for you kids at home, this is Becky. She is here working the cut. For all you kids at home, this here's Becky. She's here with the infamous Stephen A. Granger, who's looking quite infamous even as we speak, working the More Brains Media booth in conjunction with some Trauma films here, along with the cult hit masterpiece, The Zombie Hero, directed by the famous Nicholas A. Jackson. Who's from the back, because that's the side that, you know, the fans don't get to see.
Here's the background that no one ever sees.
Yeah, here's the behind the scenes stuff. So Steven, how did you get started in film?
What?
How did you get started in film?
In film, I actually started doing Hollywood stuff because they were shooting a bunch of stuff in Atlanta when I moved there. So I did a lot of extra and stand-in work. And then Atlanta got greedy and wanted more money, so they managed to chase it all away. So I started working on independent films, which you get to do a lot more stuff. So I found that to be more enjoyable. It doesn't really take a lot of money to make a good movie. Money makes things easier, it doesn't make things better. And with a core group of people who really give a damn, it can come out pretty nice. Because when you try, effort shows on camera.
Wise words from a wise ass. There we go. All right, well, if you guys aren't too busy with your black bears or whatever you got going on over here.
We're talking about what a doof you are. So there were two guys who were selling what were pretty obviously gray market DVDs. Both of them were probably around 400 pounds. And one of them got up from his stool he had back there, and you noticed that he had within arm's reach like 20 different things to eat. There's like a bag of potato chips and a McDonald's bag, a 2-liter thing, a Diet Coke, and you know, it's all
that
like,
always gets me.
So Lloyd comes in, he goes, hey, did you see the guy out there? Because they had like the tattoo and piercing show, and apparently some guy was like picking up cinder block with the rings out of his nipples. And Lloyd goes, hey, did you see the man pulling out the cinder block with his big giant boobs? He said, yeah, apparently he's morbidly, and he was about to say obese, and then he realized the two 400-pound guys were 3 feet away from him. He goes, apparently he's morbidly, oh my. Yes.
So Tom Wayne will be back in the photo group starting again at 5 minutes. Need those autograph tickets? Come up to the Fright Night booth. Get your tickets there. Tom Wayne autograph.
So, Nicholas A. Jackson, you had your first screening outside of the hometown area. How'd it go?
It went well. It's
about 10 people showed up. I don't know, we probably gave out about 50 to 75 flyers or something like that. But anybody other than myself, I'll consider a positive thing. And I'll ignore the three guys who were riffing it throughout the movie. Which at least they found it enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I understand because of Becky here that you found out about something that's very popular here in KY.
Oh yeah. Cornholing.
Cornholing.
Yes, cornholing.
Cornhole. That's popular.
It is, apparently.
Are there like people who like rent out cornholes for church functions here?
There are, as a matter of fact. I can put you in contact with a gentleman. He makes and rents out his cornholes, and so he's like a cornhole pimp, and rents them out to church functions, and people can, throw things into his gaping cornhole. Do like a competition and raise money for the church.
So it's like people line up to get a chance at the cornhole.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely pull what we like to call in KY a train on that cornhole.
Did I hear like Nicholas was like sleeping on your floor like some sort of bum?
Yeah, he was actually. I tripped over him several times. He's just very annoying and followed me around like a puppy.
Like a puppy?
Like a puppy.
Did he like urinate on the floor to mark his territory?
I hope not. If he did, I guess I'll have to rub his nose in it. That'll teach him.
He just spent a weekend with Nicholas A. Jackson. He got the Nicholas Jackson experience. Yes. He drank me in and sweat me back out and shat me out
Not yet, but I'm going to take some fiber.
Take some back with you.
It takes a lot to get Nicholas A. Jackson out of you.
So what kind of taste in your mouth did Nicholas A. Jackson leave?
Kind of sweet, salty nut granola. Mainly because he's vegetarian.
And I hear you enjoy, say, coming up with some nicknames.
Nickname. Well, yeah, because, like, for example, we showed the film Can't Stop the Rock here about Dave the Rock Nelson, and Nick thought, well, I want a cool nickname so I can be like Dave the Rock Nelson, because that is his idol, his person he aspires to be. So I was suggesting, like, Nick Cornhole Jackson, the Cheese Wedge, because he's from Wisconsin,
Oh, yeah.
Bum Eater. You'd have to see his film to get that one, or know about his little thing he does on the side. Oh, Bone Sword. Nick seemed to like Bone Sword. He got sort of this smart-ass grin on his face when he says Bone Sword, and apparently there's some scene in the movie where he comes up behind a big hairy guy and skewers him with his bone sword, and then apparently he's like, the alpha. I'm not quite sure I understand the symbolism of the scene.
And would you say be willing to work with Nicholas Jackson, say, on future projects based on your exposure, or rather his exposure to you?
Well, when he exposed himself to me, that kind of ruined the deal, but he's a scrawny boy. He turns sideways, you can't see him.
So is that a yes, you would work with him?
Oh, I'd work with him. I think he's very talented. I think he shows in The Zombie Hero that you don't have to have a lot of money to do something that's entertaining. And writing doesn't cost you anything. So I'm very happy to try to keep him moving forward and get him out. I'm helping him get out there to the public so people can see it. It's kind of like with the whole Can't Stop the Rock thing. It's like you just find somebody that you enjoy and you want to get him out there to other people. Because there's a lot of talented people out there that just don't have who pools the money to do media campaigns and so forth.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen A. Granger.
And this is Nick's ball.
Yes, he is.
He was sitting here squeezing it and rubbing it all weekend.
We appreciate everybody coming tonight. So, we have a very special evening, as most of you know. So, I want you guys to put your hands together and welcome Roger Corman to win the Lifetime Achievement Award of Filmmaking.
Great staff. My wife Julie and I have had a wonderful time this weekend, We've had a chance to meet and talk with fans and to our fellow independent filmmakers. I hope that we've been able to teach some people some things. At the same time, we have learned ourselves. The process of independent filmmaking is changing, as we all know. We've had several discussions while we're here about the internet, and it's my hope that the internet, well, it's not there yet, within a few years will be a great market for independent films. So I want to give my congratulations and my encouragement to all of the independent filmmakers here, and I say keep experimenting, keep working, and I think good times are coming for all of us. Thank you.
So I would like to really thank every filmmaker, every husband, every wife, every dad or mom that bankrolled one of these things, and everybody else involved. I want to thank Julie Corman, Roger Corman, Tom Atkins, and everybody involved for coming out to the 6th Annual Fright Night Film Fest. And we're going to do this baby again next year. A little less hot though. We want to be a cooler film festival next year. Thank you guys once again for coming out. Adrian and Company. You see this fabulous cake when you come out. Adrian and Company are one of our sponsors that did this cake. You're going to freak when you see what they did. So please go, when you exit, check the cake out next door. It is beautiful. Thanks guys for coming.
To succeed in this world, you have to take chances. The finest films being done today are done by the original, innovative filmmakers who have the courage to take a chance and to gamble. So I say to you, keep gambling, keep taking chances.
It's the third largest festival of its kind in the United States, next to New York and Los Angeles. Horror writers, celebrities, filmmakers, makeup artists, combined with a huge vendor hall. It makes for a thriller weekend.
This is Ari Lehman, the first Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, here at Fright Night Film Fest. I have the great honor of being the little boy Jason who jumps out of the water of Crystal Lake at the end of that first movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, The Heart of Alice.
If you're not familiar with the 113 films they played here this weekend, the special effects and makeup can certainly help you to remember. Or maybe a poster or a CD. There are even some local connections, like the people from the Wolf Creek Haunted House in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. If you're into horror, you can learn a lot here.
What we do is we pretty much teach them everything from distribution to writing, how to get your movie made, how to do it on a budget, everything included, and they learn a lot.
You're confronting death. You're confronting the other world, you know. It takes you to a different place entirely, and maybe, you know, that forms a bond. And I love those horror fans out there.
Bill Alexander, Fox 41 News.
Organizers say they had about 5,000 people attending the film fest, so good for them. And if you're just waking up and going home, thanks for coming. We'll see you next year. The start of a new